In this video, we will see a little bit about trigonometric functions, and this is the first video of the sequence of trigonometric functions and identities. Now let's start. Before going to know about the trigonometric functions, we have to be aware about what is a unit circle. So unit circle is a circle whose radius is 1 unit. If the circle is intersecting the coordinate axis, so what should be the coordinates of the point of intersection? Now that are 1 0, 0 1, minus 1 0 and 0 minus 1. Now how these points are helpful to know about the trigonometric functions we will see in the next. Now before going to start about the trigonometric functions, the one more thing that we have to be aware about is a moving point and its coordinates. For that we will take a unit circle. On that we will take a point P with coordinates x and y. As theta is the angle that OP making with x-axis, now we are going to see that how P is moving and how x and y are changing as the theta is changing. Here we are finding as the theta is changing, the x and y are also. So we have taken the coordinates of the point P as the variables, because as the P is moving, the coordinates of P are varying. That's why they are taken as variables. Now we will see what is the meaning of a trigonometric function. For that we will take a circle, which is a unit circle. On that we will take a point P, which is a moving point with coordinates x and y. As we have seen that the OP making an angle theta with x-axis, so we can say that cos theta is base upon hypotenuse, that is x upon 1, and sin theta is altitude upon hypotenuse, that is y upon 1. So we can say that cos theta is x and sin theta is y. Here we are finding x, y and theta all are variables, and we know that as theta changes, the values of x and y are also. So we can say that cos theta and sin theta are the trigonometric functions in variable theta. As theta changes, the values of x and y are also. Now we are finding another thing. The coordinates of the point P are x and y, and we are finding that x is cos theta and y is sin theta. So we can say that the new coordinates of P are cos theta and sin theta. These coordinates are in the form of r, radius, and theta. So these coordinates are known as polar coordinates of the point P, where coordinates of the point P were x and y. So these coordinates are known as Cartesian coordinates of the point P, and the new coordinates are known as polar coordinates of the point P. As we are finding here, the Cartesian coordinates of P are x and y, and the polar coordinates are cos theta and sin theta. So we can say that x is equal to cos theta and y is equal to sin theta. Here we are finding as theta increases, the value of x is reducing and value of y is increasing. Now we will see that if theta is increasing in different situations, what would be the value of the x and y, and also the polar values of b, that is cos theta and sin theta. Now we are finding that theta is equal to 90 degree and the Cartesian coordinates of P are 0 and 1. If theta 90 we are using to get the polar coordinates of P, we are getting the polar coordinates are cos 90 and sin 90. If we are comparing the polar coordinates to the Cartesian coordinates, so we are finding that cos 90 is 0 and sin 90 is 1. Now the value of theta is 180 and the Cartesian coordinates of P are minus 1 and 0. So if we are using theta 180, so polar coordinates would be cos 180 and sin 180, where the Cartesian coordinates of P are minus 1 and 0. If we are comparing the polar and Cartesian coordinates, so we are finding that cos 180 is minus 1 and sin 180 is 0. Here we are finding theta is 270. If theta is 270 degree and the Cartesian coordinates of the point are 0 and minus 1, if we are using theta 270, so we are finding the polar coordinates of P are cos 270 and sin 270. If we are comparing the polar coordinates to the Cartesian coordinates, so we are finding that cos 270 is 0 and sin 270 is minus 1. Now, in this situation, we are finding that theta is 360 degree and the Cartesian coordinates of P are 0, 1. If we are using 360, so we are getting the polar coordinates of the point P are cos 360 and sin 360. If we are going to compare the polar coordinates to the Cartesian coordinates, so we are finding that cos 360 is 0 and sin 360 is 1. Now we will see the trigonometric functions when the angles are negative. For that we will take a unit circle with center O and a moving point over the circle with coordinates x and y. Now we are going to take another point P dash, which is just opposite to P and in the fourth quadrant with coordinates x and minus y. As we have seen that the angle between OP and x-axis was theta because the angle was measured in anti-clockwise directions. That's why its value was positive. Now we are going to take the angle between OP dash and x-axis. Now it is negative because it is measured in clockwise direction. That's why this is minus theta. Now we are going to find the value of cos of minus theta and sin of minus theta. As cos of minus theta is base upon hypotenuse, so it would be x upon 1, and sin of minus theta is altitude upon hypotenuse, so it would be minus y upon 1. So we can say that cos of minus theta is x and sin of minus theta is minus y. So we are finding the polar coordinates of P dash are cos of minus theta and sin of minus theta. As we have seen that the polar coordinates of P are cos theta and sin theta, where the polar coordinates of P dash are cos of minus theta and sin of minus theta, and their Cartesian coordinates are xy and x minus y respectively. If we are comparing the polar coordinates and Cartesian coordinates of P, we are finding that cos theta is x and sin theta is y. Now we are going to compare the polar coordinates and Cartesian coordinates of P dash. We are finding that cos of minus theta is x and sin of minus theta is minus y. Here we are finding the value of cos theta and cos of minus theta is x. If we are going to compare them, we are finding that cos of minus theta is cos of theta. Now, sin theta is y and sin of minus theta is minus y. If we are going to compare them, we are getting that sin of minus theta is minus sin theta. Now this was all about the trigonometric functions and the values of trigonometric functions when angles are negative. Thanks for watching the video.